I want you to think about your life for a moment. When you look at your life right now, everything in your life that you have right now. So, for example, your daily routine, your friends, your habits, the food that you eat, the place where you live, the job that you currently do, the different relationships that you have, the kind of things that you do on a daily basis, all of those things are within your zone of preservation. That's your comfort zone. Everything in your life right now, the way you live your life, is all within there. This is your life as it is. Everything that you want, all of those things that you don't have that you would love to have, they're all out there in a different zone. Right? And in order to achieve your full potential in especially when it comes to your big dream, you need to leave the zone of self-preservation and actually move out into the fear, into the zone of, so this one's called the zone of fear and growth. Right? This is called the zone of fear and growth. And then beyond the zone of fear of growth, there's something called the zone of potential. And then beyond the zone of potential, there's a zone of possibility, which is where your big dreams are. Right? I'm just curious. I'm really curious. If you could give yourself like a big dream right now, something which is transformational in one of the areas of life mastery. So just go back to our life mastery method for a moment. Choose one thing, right? So maybe you're here today because you want to be a coach, right? Maybe some of you are already coaches already. So let's say that give yourself a big dream as a coach. Like, where would you like to see yourself in the next 3 years as a coach? Just type that into the chat. Where would you love to see? And I want you to give yourself a big dream. Like a big dream as a coach in the next 3 years. Just type into the chat. What's your goal in the next 3 years in terms of coaching? Because you're all here as coaches today, right? So let's choose that. So 3-year big dream as a coach. Let's hear some of them. I'd love to hear some of them. Okay. Helping 1 million people. That's definitely a big dream. For sure. Yeah. Master leadership coach. A well-known coach. To have my coaching business thriving in order to have more time, money, freedom. I want to have a global client base that has succeeded in life, succeeded in life and their career through my coaching. I want to help 30 families each month. Executive coaching, Santana, life coaching 3 years from now. Jenny, master coach, making a difference for lots of people. Have a successful coaching practice in 2 years. Make an impact in 1,000 people and many more as a chain effect of the same. Okay. And now I want you to write down, what's your income goal? So obviously if you're a coach, coaching business means two things. You're making an impact, right? How many people's lives would you need to impact? So one of our coaches said, I want to impact 1 million people's lives. Someone said, I'd like to impact 1,000 people's lives. Okay, what about your coaching income? How much income would you like to be making per month in your coaching business? So let's just say, 1,000 people, and I want to be making, maybe 100K per month, right? Something like that. Vivek says 1 crore. So 1 crore is, I think that's 100 lakhs, right? It's a bit more than $100,000. 5 to 8 lakhs per month. Yvonne says $1 million. I'd like to reach millions by making millions. Okay, I like that one. Okay, lakhs. Okay. 3 years big dream as a coach is to make a full-time income and $3 million per year, Kamalesh. Okay. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Because this is a big one. Does that dream inspire you? Are you inspired by that dream? Is it something that you've really taken into your heart? And it's not just a dream, but it's actually become a mission. Like, I am going to achieve this. Like, have you actually given yourself a commitment to achieve it? Because that's the second thing, right? It's one thing to have a big dream, but it's another thing to be committed to actually make that big dream a reality. Okay. So here's the next question then. So the next question is, everything that you want that you don't have right now is outside of your comfort, outside of your zone for social safety, right? Outside of your zone of self-preservation. Because in order to get out to 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people, what kind of things would you need to do in order to make that happen? So that's my question. So we're all doing the same thing here, right? So let's say if you wanted to, impact, 1,000 people in the next 12 months. What would you need to be doing every day in order for that to happen? If you want to impact 1,000 people over the next 12 months, what would you need to be doing consistently every single day for that to happen? Yeah, okay, you probably need to reach out to people. You need to build skills. You probably need to do coaching training, because maybe right now you don't have the skills to do it. You don't have the capability. So you're definitely going to need to do the training. You probably don't have the capability in order to even get clients right now. So you're probably going to need to train to get that too. But here's the thing. Most of you won't even take the first step to invest in a proper training program, because you're afraid, well, what if I do this training and whatever the fear is, right? Also, you're probably going to need to reach out to people and talk to people and say, hey, would you like me to coach you? Right? You're going to have to connect with people. You're going to have to talk with people. You're going to have to actually coach people. If you want to change 1,000 people's lives, you will need to coach 1,000 people. How many coaching sessions have you done up until now with real people? Why not? Because you're still within your zone of self-preservation. Does that make sense? So coaching skills, marketing, sharpening the saw, building skill, connecting. Most of you, many of you, have not even really made the first steps to do it. Why? Well, because, what if I join this training program and there's another one that's better, and you're still making that decision? Oh my gosh, it's such an investment to invest in coach training. Can I really afford this? And all of those fears and all of those doubts keep you in your zone of self-preservation. When we're coaching clients, what we're actually coaching clients on is the pull. Because you can see there's a pull here. There's always the pull. The pull is pulling us back into our zone of comfort, but the big dream is pulling us out. So when we're actually coaching clients, we're coaching them around the pull, right? We're coaching them around the pull, because this is where the resistance is. And one of the main roles as a coach is to help your client to remove this resistance so that they can step out into that area of the unknown. Right? We can step out into the area of the unknown. The reason why I color-coded the way I color-coded, because I want you to imagine a beach. You've ever been on a beach and you're on an island? And this is the island. The island that you're on is your comfort zone. Now, this is the beach, right? So this is the beach, and this is the shallow water, and this is the deep water. Dark blue represents deep water, the light blue represents shallow water, and the dark blue represents deep water, and the other side, the pink, represents that new land that you're trying to reach to, which is your big dream. So in the process of you trying to reach your big dream, or your client trying to reach their big dreams, It's like, have you ever seen this? When you go to the beach, you may see a family there, and sometimes you observe, and there's a family, and then they've got maybe a little baby, and the mother is with the little baby holding the hand. Maybe not a little baby, maybe 2 years old or 3 years old, right? And they're holding the hand of the child, and the mother walks out to the water, and the child touches the water and then quickly goes running back, right? And then it runs back to mama and papa. And then next time the child goes out, but this time it goes out a little bit deeper this time, maybe with mummy. And then it quickly goes running back in because, oh, there was a little wave or something, and it got a little scared, and they came back in, but stays closer to the water this time. Then the third time the child goes out, and this time goes a little bit deeper. And then maybe gets scared again and quickly comes running back all the way back into mama and papa. Because maybe got some water splashed in the face or something, and then got afraid, and then came running back in, and then after a while got a bit more courage, and then went out to the deep part this time, right? And then came back in again, but this time didn't go all the way back in, because now this is a new area, which is this is not so bad. The shallow water is okay now you can splash around and have fun here, because that's your new area of comfort. But then there's this deep water over here. Oh my gosh, there's another zone that we need to cross, and this time the child learns to swim a little bit and goes out there, but still gets afraid. Big wave, whatever. And then eventually, during this process, and this is the journey of your client. It's never a straight line. When you're working with your client, it's not like they start here and then it's a straight line all the way there. It's never like that. They go out, they come in, they try something, it doesn't work. You do your first coaching session. Your client says, that was amazing, because they're just trying to encourage you. But inside, it wasn't that good. And then you do another coaching session, and this time the client says, oh my God, that was amazing. And then you do another coaching session this time, and the client says, oh, that was the worst session I've ever had. And then you go all the way back in again, and then you do another one. And eventually, you kind of start to get good at what you do. And that's what UI means unconscious incompetence, right? You've probably all heard of this, the learning journey. You're unconscious, you don't even know that you don't even know. You're unconscious, you're incompetent. Then you've got conscious incompetence. You know that you don't know how to do it. And that's that zone there. The zone of fear and growth is all about conscious incompetence. You know that you suck. You know that you're bad at doing it. And you're frustrated. You try to do the coaching session. You're trying to figure out what Brajj is saying, but it's just going over your head or whatever, right? You're trying to figure out, what does he mean by this and that? Like, how do you even do that? And you're frustrated and you're confused, and you're thinking, maybe this coaching isn't for me anyway. Maybe I was just like, it's just a stupid dream, right? That's called conscious incompetence. And then the next level of growth is, conscious competence. Wow, I got the coaching session right this time. That's your zone of possibility, right? Zone of potential. And then eventually you level up. That's called unconscious competence. You don't even know how you're doing it, but you're just doing it amazing. Like, it's like second nature to you. That's called unconscious competence. And that's when you level up in terms of and that's when you achieve your big dreams. But you have to go through this process, and you have to support your client through this process. And that's the power of coaching. So the power of coaching is really to help your client, to support them through this journey to achieve their zone of potential and their zone of possibility. And that's what the Life Mastery Method is all about. So I just kind of wanted to walk you through this model. Okay? Yeah, there's so many things you need to learn in order to achieve your dream of, becoming a millionaire coach and, impacting millions of people's lives. There's so many things you need to learn. There's so many things you need to do. And before you become good at something, you're going to be bad at something. And that's just part of your journey. All right? And that's the journey that you'll go through as a coach, and that's the journey that you need to help your clients go through. But when you're working with a coach, it's so much easier, especially working with a coach who knows what they're doing. All right, and that's your gift. That is your gift that you're giving to the people that you're working with and your clients. You're giving them the opportunity to achieve something they can never achieve on their own. That's why they're paying you. So let's walk through the 3 common mistakes that ineffective coaches make. 3 common mistakes that ineffective coaches make. The first mistake I already shared with you already, which is to accept superficial improvement goals from the client, and you don't dig deeper to find the big dream behind the dream. That's the first mistake that coaches make. And this is what most coaching trainings will teach you. They will say, this is what they'll tell you to do in the first session with the client. They'll say, "Hi, my dear coachee. Welcome to this coaching session. Thank you for letting me be your coach today. Are you excited about this?" And they say, yeah. And you will say, yeah. Okay, so let me start the coaching. And what's the first question you're going to ask as a coach? It's going to be this. So what would you like to be coached on today? And what are they going to tell you? An improvement goal. They're going to tell you something which is in their life right now. Remember, I gave an example. Like a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago now, there was a storm in my area, and it blew off part of my roof at the back. Right, it was like a little mini hurricane, and it took off half my roof. Now, if you asked me what I want to be coached on that day, I would have told you I want to fix my roof because there's water coming in, and my God, and this. So, what do you want to be coached on today? I really need to fix my roof. But that's not a big dream. That's just something urgent, pressing that I'm thinking about right now. And normally, when you come to a client, they've never really thought about their big dream. So, when you ask them what do you want to be coached on, they'll just tell you their current problem. They'll tell you their current challenge that they're facing in their life right now, which is probably not a big dream. And then you'll spend that whole hour coaching them on that small thing, fixing your roof, and blah blah blah, right? And then you wonder and then at the end of the session, you're going to ask them, "So would you like to do more coaching with me?" And what do they tell you? They say, "Well, you know what? Actually, no, because I could probably fix my roof now with this little coaching session. Yeah, I just need to go to the shop, need to go and talk to some builders and probably get it fixed. Thanks so much for that coaching session." And then they'll go away from a coaching session, they'll fix the roof and think, "Wow, that coaching is really good." But they're not going to give you 5 lakhs for that, or they're not going to pay you $5,000 for that, because they could probably have done that on their own as well, without you. But you asked the wrong question, right? So that's the first mistake coaches make. The second mistake coaches make is they let the past or present situations and circumstances dictate what you think is or is not possible for you. And we do this for ourselves, and we also do this for our clients too. So in other words, we look at our current situation, we look at our life, and we think, well, last year, by this time, I was able to do this much. So with those calculations, it would probably be this much. And what we do is we let the past determine the goals that we work for in the future, right? Is that making sense so far? Or I'm just like talking loopy, right? But can you relate to this? So in other words, we think, well, you know what, last year, during the year I made 50,000. So next year, well, if I can just make 60,000, then wow, that's another thing as well. So we let the current situation we let today dictate tomorrow. I want to share with you a beautiful concept that we have within Academy for Coaches coaching method and our model, which is to transcend time. Transcend time. What does that mean? It basically means tomorrow doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist, right? The past also doesn't exist. So in other words, what happened 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, 2 days ago, last week, last year, it doesn't exist anymore. It only exists in the mind, in our consciousness, as a memory. The future also doesn't exist because it's not there yet, right? The only thing that we actually really have is this present moment. And I think that's a very important concept to remember when we're coaching. So if the past doesn't exist and the future doesn't exist, and the only thing that exists is right now, my results that I'm getting are only determined what I'm doing right now. So if you want to become a millionaire coach, here's the question. Is your behavior right now the behavior of a $1 million coach or not? And you need to ask yourself, what would a $1 million coach be doing right now in this moment? I'll give you an example. I've been very blessed. You know, some of them have been very blessed. We've done really well in our coaching business and everything like that. But there's a difference between you and me. And there's one reason why I'm successful as a coach. And there's many reasons why you might not be successful as a coach. And I'll give you the first one. The reason why I'm successful as a coach is because I'm delivering this webinar. And the reason why you're not successful as a coach is because you're attending the webinar. The reason why you're not successful as a coach is because you watch videos on how to get clients. And the reason why coaches who are successful is because they're not watching videos on how to get clients. They're implementing those things to get clients. Two different kinds of behavior. So if you spent your day today doing the things that those people do, you would also, obviously, you're not going to be successful overnight because you still need to develop the capabilities. You're still consciously incompetent, or you're still unconsciously incompetent. So skills take a while to develop, right? But does it make sense what I'm talking? How many of you watch videos on how to get clients? If you're in coaching, probably, right? YouTube, surfing, you know, how do I get my next client? And you're watching the videos, but you never actually do what those videos tell you to do, right? So, anyway, another thing. Number 3, underestimate the enormous potential of a spiritual human being. So this is the third mistake that people make, is we tend to look at others and we judge them. This person is already in this level of life. They'll never achieve that kind of thing. You know, and we judge the potential of the person in front of us. We think we'll judge them by their language. We'll judge them by their, their current situation. We'll judge them by their education. We'll judge them by what we think is their potential. But actually, at a very deeper level, every single living being, they're a spiritual being that has unlimited potential, more than we can even imagine. Every single one of us have that full spiritual potential within us, just waiting to burst out itself. And that's one of the mistakes that sometimes we make as a coach, is we think, this person's, they're not so good. And we judge. We tend to, and it's projection. We project onto them about what we think they can or cannot do. We underestimate the potential of the spiritual being in front of us as a coach, right? So we need to look at others through the eyes of potential to know that this person in front of me is a divine, spiritual, beautiful being. And maybe right now they're covered. Maybe right now they haven't realized that potential, but within them is the potential. And we've seen that over and over again, right? We see these inspirational stories of people who had nothing. They didn't have any education. They couldn't even speak the language, but by their own big dream desire, they achieved wonderful and great things, right? Okay, so these are the 3 big mistakes that a lot of coaches make. Number 1, improvement goals. Number 2, let the present situation determine what you think you can do in the future, and then underestimate the enormous potential of human beings or spiritual beings. Okay? We're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So these are not essential prerequisites. These are foundational, you could say, foundational thoughts about the Life Mastery Method. Here's a bonus mistake. Bonus mistake, just for those who like bonuses. Using only common coaching methods, and being ignorant of the subtle and transformational laws required to achieve aligned and meaningful big dreams. So what do I mean, common coaching methods? Have you heard of the GROW model? GROW? Who's heard of the GROW model? What does the GROW model stand for, by the way? So if you heard of the GROW model. I am not knocking the GROW model. I love the GROW model. It was the first coaching model I ever learned. It's very powerful. I love it. So I'm not knocking it, but it's not a transformational coaching model. It's a practical coaching model. And some coaches, if they know transformational coaching, can use the GROW model in a transformational way, but it's because they have other skills. Okay, so what is the GROW model? G stands for what? What does G stand for? Goals. Okay, Vishwarup said goals, reality, options, and way forward. Yeah. So goals. It's a very famous grow model. It's one of the, it's an old model that's been around now for maybe 40 years, even 30, 40 years. So G stands for goals. What is your goal? Reality means, where are you right now? Right? So if you look at it, so goals, reality, where are you right now? Reality. And then options is, okay, what are the things you could do? So let's brainstorm all the things you could do to get there. And then way forward, it's okay, which one are we going to choose? So we're going to choose this one, that one, or that one. That is a basic coaching methodology, right? But it's not transformational. It's practical. Okay? So it's very nice. And I think if you're learning how to coach, it's a great model to start off with, for sure. The Life Mastery Method is, I'm going to show you today then some of these subtle transformational laws in the Life Mastery Method, right? So I'm going to show you some. Obviously, we can't go too deep into it because of the time, but I'll do my best to show you some of these transformational coaching systems here today. Within an energetically aligned big dream is a seed. The seed contains every ingredient of the big dream in its subtle form. The expert gardener, that's the coach, knows the art of nurturing the seed into full bloom. Okay, and that's okay. Okay, so let's have a look at the coaching model then. I'm just going to shift over to here to show you this coaching model. Okay, so this is Life Mastery Method coaching model. It's a deep transformational coaching system. In fact, let me just go back a few spots here, right? So one of the most important things as we're coaching the client is we want to focus on the person's potential and not the problem. Okay, right? So if you look at this diagram over here, you can see that this is the client. This is the client right here. This is their dilemma, or this is the current situation. This is their life right now. This is their zone of, this is their kind of comfort zone. This is the problems. This is their dilemma. This is their goals. This is their dreams. This is the thing that they want to be coached on. Okay? This is the coach right here. So if you look at the client is looking at their life and they're looking at that box and they're looking at all those things that are in there. But what is the coach looking at? And this is a really important principle to explore with transformational coaching, by the way. What is the client looking at? What is the coach looking at? So the coach is looking at the person and the client is looking at the problem. Right? So just keep that in mind for a second. So these are the things that we want to avoid when we're coaching the client. We want to avoid the details of the problem. We want to avoid the problem. Awareness. We're helping the client to get a deeper level of self-awareness. We're also helping the client to have a vision. What is their vision? What is their big dream? What is it that you really would love to have? And then we help them with planning, and then we help them with action as well. So the higher you go, the higher the value the coaching is. The lower you coach at, the lower the value of the coaching. So in other words, let's just do a little example, because I want to give you some examples of what we mean by coaching on the details, coaching on the problem, coaching on the drama. Okay, so in the chat, what would be a detailed coaching question? Right? So before I go there, I just want to show you one other thing, just to make sure we're all on the same page. There's 4 coaching communication styles, 4 styles of communication. There's telling people, and focused, and this is focus, and this is process. So there's 4 communication styles. You can tell people what to do, and the focus of the conversation is the problem. So you tell people what their problem is, like, your breath smells, or you're always late, or you never listen to me. That is telling people what their problem is. You don't know how to manage people very well. You're always late on your targets. This is telling people what their problem is. That's called management. It's not coaching, okay? Telling people what their problem is. You're always late. You never listen. You never reach your targets on time. You have bad breath, whatever. whatever, right? And then you've got telling, but the focus is on the solution. So you tell people what the solution is. Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to eat cloves, gargle lemon water, and clean your stomach. Right? So you're telling them what the solution is, and that way you might say, listen, if you want to be on time, you need to, number one, get yourself a calendar, get yourself an alarm clock, and get motivated. Right? You're telling people what the solution is. If you want to achieve your targets, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Okay, this is the expert, this is the advisor, this is the trainer, this is the consultant. Telling people what the solution is. The next quadrant is asking people. So asking. So on one side we've got ask, on one side we've got tell. Now we're going to go into the asking zone. So you ask people, what is their problem? So here it would be something like this. So tell me, my dear coach, why haven't you achieved your goals yet? So tell me, what's the worst thing about being in that horrible job that you hate? So tell me, how did it feel like to be abused the way you were abused? Right? So you're asking questions, but the focus is on the problem. This is called therapy, counseling. Okay, and then the last one is asking what the solution is. So tell me, what's your big dream? Where would you love to see yourself in the next 3 years? How important is this to you? If you could achieve that, what would that mean to you? Right? So we're asking questions, but we're asking questions on the dream, on the solution. This is coaching. Oh, you all with me on this? Because this is a fundamental principle of coaching. If I catch any of you doing this, I'm not going to give you the certificate. If I catch you doing this, I'm not going to give you the certificate. If I catch you doing this, I'm not going to give you the certificate, my friends. Okay? I'll say, listen, you don't even understand the foundations of coaching yet. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. Stay within this zone, okay? There's nothing wrong with teaching. There's nothing wrong with being an expert. There's nothing wrong with therapy, counseling. And in fact, in the right situation, there's also some good things about this one too. In the right situation. But it's not coaching. Let me ask you a question. Am I coaching right now or not? Am I coaching now? Or am I doing something else right now? Which one of these 4 models am I using right now? Which one of these 4 models am I using right now? What did I just do? I asked a question and I asked you which model I'm using right now. That's coaching, right? But mostly in this session, I'm teaching, actually. I'm giving you the steps. I'm giving you the system. I'm showing you how to do it. That's me teaching. So there's nothing wrong with teaching. We use teaching, but I'm using teaching and coaching simultaneously, right? Okay? Yeah, I'm the expert. Today, I'm the expert. I'm not coaching, right? Yeah, I'm the expert. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with being the expert, but it's not coaching. So when you're working with a client, it's really important that you know that you're going to be helping them to achieve their big dreams through coaching, not from being an expert. Okay, so no expertise today. Your expertise needs to be in coaching. And that's what you're learning today. Okay? Hopefully. All right. Okay. So let's do some coaching. Are you ready for coaching? Put coach in the chat if you're ready to coach. Ready to do some coaching. I've given you the foundational principles. Now let's do it. You got your hands up. Yeah, great. You're ready for coaching. Okay, cool. Let's do some coaching. Okay, so now, give me an example. Type into the chat an example of a self-awareness question. Type into the chat an example of a self-awareness question. So all of you right now, what would be a self-awareness question that you could ask? Maybe that's not a good question from my side, because you need some self. Who am I? Who am I? Yes, absolutely. That's the self-awareness question. Who am I? Yeah. Why do you think this happens to you repeatedly? Okay. What happens to me repeatedly? There needs to be some context there, right? Where are you in life, and where do you want to go? That's a vision question. Where are you right now? Where do you want to go? That's more of a vision question. Why do I feel the way I feel? Okay, yeah, that's kind of a self-awareness question, is it? Exploring your emotions and how you feel inside, yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing that I'm doing? Okay, now you're getting very deep. You're just trying to impress me, aren't you, with these questions? Okay, what outcome I need? What is your purpose in life? Right, what is your purpose in life? That's kind of a vision question, but obviously there's elements. See, these questions that we ask, there's some overlap. There's some overlap between vision and self-awareness and things. There's always some kind of overlap. What is holding you back? What is holding you back? Okay, let's go back to our 4 quadrants. Is that a problem question or a solution question? What is holding you back? It's a self-awareness question for sure, but it's still focused on problem, right? Problem and pain. Okay, how do I focus? Yes. And there's a time and a place for problem questions too, by the way. There's a time and a place for problem questions too, for sure. Where am I life after 25 years on working? Okay, that's a vision question, right? Could be a vision question. What exactly have I been doing before, and how do I make things better? Okay, yeah. One thing to note, anytime your question includes do, the word do, it's an action question. Anytime you include the word do, it's normally an action question. What are you going to do this week is an action question. What did you do last week? It's an action question. Could even be a detail question sometimes. Planning questions, vision questions. Okay, give me some vision questions right now. Why am I always irritated? I think that's a drama question. That's more like a drama question. Why am I always irritated? But yeah, it's a self-awareness question. But it's more like a problem and drama. Okay. I didn't give you context, so it's okay. But you're getting the hang of it. Give me some examples of a vision question. What is your purpose? Yes, beautiful. Yeah, what's your purpose? Mr. Riz said. Bishrup says, how do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Yes, vision question. What's your big dream? Yes, vision question. Where would you like to see yourself in the area of love and relationships in 3 years? Vision question. What would you like to achieve in the next 5 years? Vision question. Yes. What is your dream for the next 5 years? Yes, vision questions. Very good. So I think you guys have got the hang of the vision questions. That's good. Where do I see myself by the end of the year? Yes, vision question. Normally, when you're doing a coaching session, that's one of the places where you start. What's your vision? Where would you love to see yourself? And then you would go into self-awareness questions after that. What does your health and well-being mean to you? Yes, that's the self-awareness question. If you could achieve this, what would that mean to you? That's a self-awareness question. How do you see yourself as a coach in years? Yeah, vision question. Good. Okay, you got it. So you want to stay within this realm of self-awareness, vision, planning, and action. You want to avoid details. Give me some examples of a detailed question. Let me give you a scenario. I'm going to give you a scenario, and you can give me some examples of a detailed question. So the scenario is, I'm just getting more and more busy every day. I have so many things to do. I've got 20 things on my task list, and my boss keeps giving me more and more things to do, and I don't know if I've got no time to do them all. Okay, that's my scenario. You need to coach me on that. So how would you coach me in this situation? What are the things you would like to achieve within 5 years? Okay, we've still got, how did you break the car? How did you break the car? What car? I don't have a car. Okay. What is the most important task for you? Okay, RZ or Riz. I don't know how to say your name. Riz, is it? Riz. So, RZ. Riz, yeah. That's a good detailed question. It's a detailed question, yeah. Tell me, what are all the things you have to do? Yeah. What are your top 3 priority areas in your list? Yes, it's a detailed question. Bucket list for the next 3 years. Bucket list for the next 3 years is more of a vision question. You need to prioritize your task. Eat the elephant bit by bit. That's not a question. That is telling me. That's telling. That's not even coaching, right? Have you looked into the ways of planning your time? That's like a yes/no answer. Yes, I have. It's like a closed question. Close-ended question. Okay. But it's a detailed close-ended question. And maybe it's even a little bit of a suggestion as well. Have you looked into ways of planning your time, Yvonne? Okay. Yeah. So we kind of want to avoid these questions here. We'll learn more about this later on. What we actually want to do is we want to focus not on the situation, not on the problem, not on the drama. What we want to do is we want to focus on the person. What does the person mean? What is my major concern? Right, okay, yeah. How can you break down your task and time? Yes, detailed question. Okay, and I'm going to break down my tasks and my time. Oh my God, how long have you got? Right? That's a detailed question, yeah. We want to avoid those. So we want to kind of avoid those kind of questions. Problem questions, like how long have we been suffering with this for? Like, what we want to do is we want to ask questions that tap into the different levels of existence of the client. Okay, what do I mean by that? Forgive me, I'm going to go a bit philosophical, okay? Sukeshi said, how will you prioritize your day? Yeah, that's a detailed question. It's an action question, doing question. Time management skills, right? I'm going to go philosophical a little bit, not philosophical, but I'm going to show you the deep transformational coaching system here. As a human being or a divine spiritual being, you have 6 levels of existence. In fact, there's 9 levels of existence. You have 6. Okay? The first level of your existence is your environment. Your environment is the results that you're getting in every area of your life. So your environment would include the love and relationships, the results that you're getting there, health and well-being, the results that you have there, vocation, career fulfillment, time and money, freedom. Environment relates to the results that you're getting within these 4 areas of life. That's called environment. Yeah, so that's the first, highest level. The second area of your life is your behavior, what you do, right? The third level of your existence is your capabilities. Some of these capabilities are internal. Some of these capabilities are external. Yeah? The fourth level of your existence is your values. The 5th level of your existence is your beliefs and stories. And then the 6th level of your existence is your identity, or your alter identities, who you think you are, right? Who you believe you are. So these are the 6 levels of existence. So this is actually the client. your client has got these 6 levels of existence. Am I making sense so far? You're with me so far, right? Okay, so when you're coaching the client, then what we're actually doing is we're coaching them at one of these levels. The deeper you coach, in other words, the deeper you coach, so if you coach someone at the alter identity level, the more of a transformation your client will experience. If you just coach at the behavior level, you will create a small change. If you coach at the capabilities, you will get a bigger change. If you coach at the values level, you will get a bigger change. If you coach at the beliefs and stories, it'll be bigger. And if you coach at the alter identities, it'll be even bigger. It'll be transformational. Okay, so I'll give you an example of what I mean. So let's look at love and relationships. Let's just take that as a topic. Love and relationships. Let's just take the coaching niche as parenting coaching. No, not parenting coaching. Marriage coaching. Marriage coaching. Right? So you're coaching a married couple. Here's the guy. And here's the gal. Okay. And they're both not very happy in the relationship, right? And they've come to you for help because you're going to be their coach, right? And they're both, she's telling, oh, he's the problem, he's doing this, and he's saying she's the problem, and she's like, and they're both basically, come to you because you're a relationship coach, and you're going to help them with their love and relationships because that's the kind of coaching that you're going to do with them, right? Are we on the same page so far? Thanks. I hope you like my drawing. Okay. So let's just say that, the relationship is like, their hearts are both broken and they both feel emotionally disappointed with each other, and they're thinking about a divorce, but they've got 2 kids, so they're thinking, well, we want a divorce, but we've got 2 kids, so let's try and fix it. So they tried counseling, it didn't work. So now they come to you as the relationship coach for the last chance. Bisharup loves my drum. Yes. You can see I've been working on my capabilities, right? So you could coach. Now we need to remember that each one of these clients that we're talking to, they have these 6 levels of existence. Right? They have these 6 levels of existence. So the first thing we're going to do then is, I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along. I've never done this coaching session before with this couple. So the first question will be then, so when let's say if these 2 people came to you to coach them, what would be your first question that you would ask them? Just type into the chat, what would be the first question that you would ask them? Let's see if we've got any great relationship coaches in here. What's the first question? What challenge are you facing? What kind of question is that, by the way? What challenge are you facing, right? That's a problem question, isn't it? It's a problem question. Say, what's your problem, right? What challenge are you facing? What's your problem? And they're going to tell you, well, he did this, and she's going to say, she did this, and she doesn't love me anymore, and no, he doesn't love me anymore, and he's like, la, 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 la. Like, they're going to tell you all the problems, right? Oh, okay. Sri Lakshmi, yes, that's a vision question, isn't it? Sri Lakshmi asked a vision question. The vision question is, okay, so what would you like? Where do you want? Okay, so he said, how would you like your relationship to be? That is a vision question. Remember we did the vision questions before? That's the vision question. And someone asked a problem question. Tell me, how bad is your relationship? How long have you got? Like 5 hours later, right? No. The vision question The vision question would be, yeah. So vision question would be, just go over here. Where am I? Over there. So the vision question. How would you like a relationship to be? Govinda says, do you want to keep the relationship or not? Right? Do you want to keep the relationship or not? Well, I think they wouldn't have come to the coaching session if that was the case. They would have just not even bothered. So I think maybe one of them wants it more than the other. That could be true. But she might say, well, I want it because of the kids. And he says, well, I don't want it. I just came because she forced me to come. Right. Where would you like to be in this relationship? Yeah, exactly. So the first question is the vision question. So where would you like to be? So that's the first question, which is related to what? Which of these 6 levels of existence are we coaching on right now then? What is the best thing you love about her or him? Very interesting question, yeah. That's like a self-awareness question, isn't it, also? Why do you think you require marriage or relationship coaching? Okay. Well, because we've tried counseling, we've tried therapy, we've tried everything, and none of them work. So we thought, let's give a last chance for the coaching. We didn't try that. Who is your ideal partner, wife, husband? Not this one. How do you want this relationship to feel? That's a self-awareness question, isn't it, right? So the first place when you're coaching a client, very often, it's going to be something to do with the environment and what results that they would like to have, which is a vision question. So love and relationship, that's the area that they want coaching on, right? And it's going to be related to their values. So whenever you ask a vision question or a big dream question, so if I was going to ask this question, one of the first questions I probably ask would be, once I've identified the area that they want to be coached, which is their marriage, I would say, I would actually go into self-awareness questions, actually. I would go into self-awareness questions, personally. Why did you come in the relationship? What turned your relationship this way? What's your expectations in this relationship? Yeah. Anjali, these questions, mostly these are called the detail questions, right? So how did you come to this relationship? And then I'll say, well, we met in 1954, and, it was the World War II, and, I just came back from the war, and blah, blah, blah. And, 10 hours later, life story over, right? So why you came to the relationship, what turned your relationship this way? Then we're going to go into the problem. Well, she said this to me, and then he said that to me. No, I didn't say that to you. You said that to me. No, la 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 la. It's going crazy. And what's your expectations in this relationship? Okay, there's a vision question. What's the expectations in the relationship? And depending on where they're coming from, because they might be coming from drama, right? Remember, there's a lot of drama here as well. Well, I don't even know if we can even fix this, right? Right. So there's all this drama, details, and problem going on. You really want to stay out of that zone. Okay? So if I was coaching this person, I would start with self-awareness. So I'd have an idea of the vision, and I'd have an idea of the self-awareness. I would kind of start there. How do you think your love relationship add value to your lives? Okay. Why do people marry? Okay. Now we're really going into the details and all that kind of stuff. Like we don't want to go there. Okay. So let's. This is the. Look at the box. This is the problem. This is the dilemma. But where is it? This is the problem. This is the dilemma. But where did we put it? It's behind. It's not important. The most important is the person, not the situation, not the problem. The most important thing is the person themselves. So don't coach the problem. Coach the person, not the problem. Right. So if you start asking questions about when did you meet each other, la 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 la, you're getting into the details of the problem. You just want to get into the potential of the person, not the problem. Okay? Let's explore this. So we've got our sad married couple here. They came for the coaching. They want to improve the relationship. So the first question we're going to ask is more like a vision question. So the first question is going to be, where would you like this relationship to be? If you had a magic wand and you could turn this whole thing around within the next year to 1 year to 2 years, where would you love this relationship to be? What kind of results would you like to be seeing in this area of your life? Okay, and then the wife is going to give her vision and the husband is going to give his vision, right? So you can listen to, or maybe you're just coaching one of them. It doesn't necessarily have to be two people. It could be one person, but they're going to give the vision. Well, and the wife is going to say, well, I would love to have a harmony in the relationship. I'd love to be trust, love and respect. The husband's going to say, yes, I would love to be, we can get on with each other. We can love each other. We can respect each other. At least we can stop quarreling. Improvement goal. There you go. Right? And then you're going to help them with a big dream. Well, if we could turn it around and everything was perfect, everything that you wanted, what would that look like? Vision question. Vision questions are related to the person's values, what they think is important. So values are what's important to the human being, right? Values, what's important to you in terms of the environment. So what do you really want in this relationship to have? What kind of results do you want in your environment? So that's the first question, okay? The next kind of questions you're going to ask is self-awareness questions. How do you think our love relationships add value to our lives? Why you came to the relationship? Okay, yes. So I've already looked at those. So the next questions we're going to ask are around self-awareness, okay? And again, the focus is on the values. And I'll give you an example. So in this case, you would say something like this to the client. I'll give you the worksheets for this, by the way, as well. The kind of questions you can ask are, on a scale of 1 to 10, to achieve this vision, how important is this for you? 10 means this is the most important thing for you in your life right now. 1 means this is not important at all. So you want to do like a self-awareness to make sure that you're working on the right goal. And then there's many other questions around self-awareness, like some other questions around self-awareness would be, in terms of your priorities in life, is this number 1, number 2, number 3 right now? Right, so you can ask some powerful self-awareness questions. You can even ask things like confidence. Like confidence is a self-awareness question. In terms of your confidence, how confident are you that you can make this relationship even work? On a scale of 1 to 10 means you have full confidence. 1 means 0. 0 means no confidence at all. So you're asking self-awareness questions around this specific area of their life, what they think about it, how they feel about it, the self-awareness around this area of life. You're not asking them what happened last week, how many times you quarrel per week. You're not getting into the details. Now, once you've established that this is the most important thing for them, and this is what they really want to be coached on, now you can go into the vision, and then you can go, and then, so you've got different things, right? There's different things. There's behavior, capabilities, values, beliefs and stories, and identities. So each one of these individuals right here, in terms of the relationship that they have with each other, there are certain things that they do. Right? So in terms of this relationship, there are certain things that they behave. So he behaves in a certain way. She's also behaving in a certain way. Behavior also means things they say to each other, things that they do to each other, or things that they don't do to each other. That's called behavior. The next level is capabilities. Your capabilities are how well you do something. So, for example, he speaks. She also speaks. But how well do they speak? Do they know how to communicate with each other? Do they know how to speak in a way which is non-violent? Do they know? So capabilities is the behavior that you're doing, and at what level, how well do you do it, or how much skill you have in being able to speak the right way or not the right way, right? Some capabilities you have are internal, and some capabilities you have are external. Okay? The next thing you have is values. So he has values, certain thing. What are values? Values are the things that you think are important or not important in a specific context. So she has values, he also has values. Are we making sense so far? Right? So what could be some of his values? So what is it you value? So one question would be, in this relationship, what is it that you value the most? What are the core values in this relationship that you're not experiencing? What are the core values in this relationship that you are experiencing? What are your core values when it comes to the relationship with your partner? What are your core values when it comes to the relationship with your partner? So what you're doing now is you're exploring the values of within the relationship. What core values do you share in common? What core values go against each other? So now you're looking at the values of each. A value is what the individual considers important, and also there's also a hierarchy of the values as well. So what comes first? What comes second? What comes third? I'll give you an example. And this is something we've done before in coaching. We get the husband to make a list of his top 10 values. Write them down. And we also get the husband and the wife, they both write down their top 10 values. So 10 values. Husband writes, wife writes 10 values. The next thing we do is say, okay, now I want you to prioritize them. Which one comes first? Which one comes second? Which one comes third? Which one comes fourth? Put them in the order of priority. All right? So the husband says his top values are, quality time, respect or whatever. He's got his list of values. She's also got a list of values. Now they put them in the sequence of which one comes first. And it doesn't have to be just about the relationship. It could be even values in terms of what are your general life values, right? What comes first, second, third, etc., fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, right? And then what happens is the husband turns one over, the wife turns one over, the husband turns the next. And very often what you'll find is a lot of the values are in alignment with each other, but in a different sequence. And some of the values are completely misaligned with each other. Anyway, there's so many reasons why a couple don't get on with each other. Our goal today is not to show you that. But what I'm trying to share with you is that the coaching or the transformation happens not by asking them, what did you do last week? But the transformation within the relationship will happen when there's awareness around values, when there's awareness around what are the beliefs and stories, what are the identities that you have. Okay, so beliefs and stories. What are beliefs and stories? Beliefs and stories are what a person believes about a specific situation, right? And the stories that we tell ourselves about the situation, right? So we all have these stories going on. So the husband has got stories and beliefs about his wife. The wife also has beliefs and stories about her husband. and if the relationship is probably poor, they also have stories about themselves as well, right? And they have beliefs. Now, if you have a belief and you have a story, normally that will also eventually turn into an identity. So who you believe you are, like who do you believe you are, right? In a specific role. So these are the six levels of existence when we're coaching a client that we will coach the client through. So we'll either coach them at the behavior level, the environment level, capabilities, values, belief stories, or even at the identity level. These ones are internal, and these ones are external in nature. Okay, so these are internal, and these ones are external in nature. Okay. So I'm going to show you, we have a worksheet here that I'll kind of walk you through in a second. So let me just go and find it for you. So here's the worksheet. So we've looked at the 6 levels of existence that we coach on. So when we're coaching a client, we're coaching them at any of these 6 levels of existence. This kind of guides us in terms of the coaching session. So when I'm focusing on the client, or you're focusing on the client, you'll be coaching them at one of these levels: the behavior level, capabilities levels, belief stories levels, or identities level. That's the first thing. Okay. The next thing is there are 9 principles of the Life Mastery Method coaching system, and I'll just walk you through 2 of them today. Okay, so the first one is identify the discontent. The second one is discover the big dream, and the third one is align existence. Okay, so this is kind of what you would do in the first coaching session with a client. You would kind of walk them through these 2 things. So where are you stuck right now? Where would you love to be? What's your big dream? Okay, so these are the first things you do in the first coaching session with a client. I'll just quickly walk you through the 9 principles of coaching. I'm not going to go into detail. The third coaching session, or the third thing, is helping your client to align their existence, to make sure that all of these things are aligned. So in other words, their identity, their beliefs and stories, their values, their capabilities, their behavior, and their environments, they're all aligned with each other. Why is it that people don't achieve their goals? Well, because very often one part of them is pulling in this direction, another part of them is pulling them in this direction. What they want, they don't have the capabilities. In other words, this is the result that they want, but they just don't have the skills. They don't have the capabilities yet. They're not good enough yet. Another reason why people don't achieve their big dreams is because they're not doing the behavior. Another reason why people don't achieve their big dreams is because they don't believe it's possible, and they have all these stories going on in their head. And another reason why people don't achieve the big dreams is because they haven't realized the identity that they need to in order to achieve that big dream. So when we're coaching the client, what we're doing is we're actually helping them to align these things. And when there's alignment, the client will be able to achieve their outcome, their goals. Yeah. The fourth principle in the Life Mastery Method is to match frequency. What does match frequency mean? Match frequency basically means you have a big dream, and this is you right here. Everything within the universe, everything in creation has a frequency, right? It has a frequency, has a vibration, and has an energy. Your big dream has a frequency, a vibration, and an energy. You also have a frequency, a vibration, and an energy. If your big dream and you have a different frequency, you won't be able to achieve your big dream. It's just like you have a telephone number, right? So you have a telephone number, I have a telephone number. How do I reach you on your telephone number? My telephone needs to match your telephone frequency. So your telephone frequency is your telephone number. So when I dial your number, it's matching your frequency, and therefore we're able to connect with each other, because everything is vibration, frequency, and energy. In the same way, your big dream also has a frequency. When you're not in alignment with the frequency of your big dream, you won't be able to achieve it. So that's what matching frequency means. It's very spiritual. This is the spiritual dimension of coaching. So if you look at this model, there's 3 parts to this model. The first part is the blueprint phase. The blueprint phase is basically, what is the blueprint that you want? It's like if you want to build a house, you'll have a blueprint. On that blueprint, it will show you the windows go here, the doors go here, everything goes there. It's very clear. In the same way, when you have a big dream, you also need a blueprint for your big dream. That's the mental creation. The second part of the creation is the activation phase. The activation phase has 3 parts to it: matching frequency, removing resistance, like I told you here. Within the six levels, there's resistance. One value goes this direction, one value goes this direction. You don't have the capabilities and skills to do it. You haven't developed them yet. It's a mismatching. That's called resistance. If it's like driving a car with the accelerator on full, your brake is also on full, and your handbrake is also on, you're going to burn your engine, you're going to burn your brakes. No wonder you cannot achieve your goals, because every single part of you internally is going in different directions and there's no alignment, and that's called resistance. That's why you make a goal and you have a dream, but you never achieve it. Why? Because there's so much resistance within you preventing you from doing it. I'll give you an example. You say you want this relationship with your spouse to work. You say you want this relationship to work. However, your behavior is going in the opposite direction. You say that your highest priority of your life is your family and your children, yet your behavior is going in the opposite direction. You say you want to communicate with your wife, but you don't know the words to say. You can't even control your anger. You don't have the capabilities. That's called resistance. So when you're coaching the client, the coach is trying to help the client to understand, where is the resistance in this situation? Why are they not achieving the results that they want? It's because somewhere within here, there is conflicting things that are actually not in alignment, right? So this level here is about helping the client to remove that resistance. So matching frequency, removing resistance. The next one is transcending time. Remember, I asked you earlier today, do you have a big dream? And you said, yes, I have a big dream. And you said, I'd like to, make $1 million in my coaching business. And I also want 1,000 clients, right? So that's your big dream. What does transcend time mean? Transcend time means if you are here, but your big dream is over there, then there's going to be a longing and a discontent. It's because, well, what I want in my life and what I have in my life are 2 different things. In other words, right now, I don't have what I want. And that is creating this feeling of longing and discontent. Transcend time means to use your mind and your consciousness to create your dream in the subtle plane, in the subtle platform. So in other words, visualization, mental, the workshop of the mind, where within the workshop of the mind, we actually create what we want, but on the inside part of us. So in other words, we experience what it is that we want in actual present time. Instead of waiting to get it, and it's always in the future, we actually put it into the present moment, and we experience having it already in this present moment. So that's what it means to transcend time. This is the internal dimension of coaching. This is the spiritual dimension of coaching. Yeah? Now let me ask you a question. If you just do the internal work, in other words, you match your frequencies, you're in this attitude of gratitude, you're aligned with your big dream. You're experiencing it all now internally. You're experiencing the joy of having it already, right? We know that's the spiritual dimension of it, right? You've removed the resistance. In other words, your values are aligned. Your behavior is aligned. You've kind of done the internal work in terms of alignment. You've also transcended time. Will you achieve your goal? Will you achieve your dream? No. This is the activation phase. We still need to do the realize phase, which is the practical phase, right? So there's two dimensions within the coaching model. There's the vision. This is the blueprint that you want. Then there's the activation phase, which is the internal shift that you need to make at these 6 levels. And then on top of that, there's the practical phase. The practical phase is, what are the strategies? What's the plan? What are the things that I need to do and learn? What are the daily actions that I need to do on a regular basis? What's my daily routine going to look like? What kind of things do I need to learn? What kind of things do I need to do on a daily basis? Then things like, in my environment, what do I need to change in my environment? What's around me? So I can also move in this direction. And then there's the last part, which is harvesting the fruits, which is where you start to get the results and what you do with those results as well. So there's 3 phases. There's a blueprint phase. There's the activation phase, which is the inner work that needs to be done. And then there's the practical planning phase. Now, I want to share this with you because most coaching that you will learn, not all coaching, there's some great coaching programs out there, by the way. But a lot of coaching that you'll do, they'll just kind of identify what is your goal. And then the next thing they do is, okay, what are you going to do this week? Right? So they say, okay, what's your goal? Yeah, I want to lose weight. Okay, you want to lose weight? How much weight would you like to lose? I want to lose 10 kgs. I want to be at this weight. Okay, great. What are you going to do this week to make it happen? And I'll just hold you accountable. And they think that's great coaching. It's basic coaching. For example, the GROW model. GROW model is this. What's your goal? Okay, great. Where are you right now? So my goal is, I want to get down to 60 kgs. Okay. Where are you right now? Reality. Right now I'm at 75 kgs. Okay, options. What could be some of the options that you could do to achieve that? Well, I could go to the gym. I could do some exercises. I could, start swimming. I could, control my diet. Okay, great. Out of these things, which ones are you going to do? That is the GROW model. That's why it doesn't work. Okay, it works to a degree, but it's mostly externally based. There's no internal transformation, and that's why the GROW model doesn't change every area of your life. It only changes that specific thing that you want to change, and in a minor increment, not a major increment. Is it making sense so far? The reason why deep transformation works is because we don't only work on the external, what you need to do this week. We also work on the internal, which is to make sure that there's alignment in terms of your beliefs and your stories, your values. They're all in the right order of hierarchy. You have the capabilities, you're doing the behavior that needs to be done, and there's alignment, and that's when results happen. So matching frequency, removing resistance, transcending time, that's the spiritual dimension, and this is the practical dimension. Hopefully that makes sense, right? I know this is super duper like theory and gyan and all that kind of stuff, and I apologize for that. What to do? What am I supposed to do? It's a deep session. Does anyone have any questions so far about this? Anyone have any questions so far about this? Do you change the beliefs to get the results? Okay. It depends on the individual. It all depends on the individual, right? So everyone's going to get stuck in a different place. So when you're coaching a client, the coaching sessions are very dynamic, and that's why I don't call these steps. So these are not called steps. So this is not a step. This is not step 1. This is not step 2. It's not step 3. This is not step 4, step 5, step 6. It's not. These are principles. So it's principle 1, principle 2, principle 3, principle 4, principle 5, principle 6. And this is also not steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, these are 6 levels of existence. We go wherever we need to go in order to help the client where they are in the present moment. So for example, I might be coaching someone, and in that session, it becomes obvious and revealing that they just don't know how to do it. They just haven't developed the skills. Right? So I'll give you an example. You want to be, let's just say, for example, sake, you want to be a millionaire coach and you want to get there in the next 3 years. And then, so what we do is, we do a coaching session, and we identify, you see, this is the most important thing for me. I really want this. This aligns with my core values. I want to make an impact in people's lives. I also want to support my family. I want to make a difference in the world. So it really aligns with your values, right? Really aligns with the values. The behavior is not aligned because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing to achieve it. So that's not aligned. Here's another thing. The beliefs and stories now, so we can ask you, so in terms of your beliefs around becoming a millionaire coach, what kind of stories are you telling yourself about that right now? Well, I'm telling myself being a millionaire coach is going to be really hard. I'm not sure if I could actually do this, right? And that's just stories that you're telling yourself, and that's based around your beliefs. That is not aligned, right? What beliefs would you need to have in order to achieve this outcome? Well, and then that's where you can ask the client, what beliefs do you think you would need to have in order to achieve this outcome? What kind of stories would you need to tell yourself if you want to achieve this outcome? All right, because right now you're telling yourself stories about, okay, so if I ask you right now, in terms of your beliefs about becoming a millionaire coach, just tell me, or just write it down. What is your core belief about being a millionaire coach in the next 2 years? What do you believe about that? Let's say if that was your goal, what's your current belief about it? So what's your current belief about you being a millionaire in the next 2 years in your coaching business? It's possible if I overcome resistance. Okay, it's possible. Okay, I can do it. Okay, I can do it. Okay. Shivani said it's going to be a tough journey, but possible. Okay. It's achievable. Okay, it's achievable. Okay, it's achievable. Now let me ask you another question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 means the most important. How important is it for you to become a millionaire coach in the next 2 years? 10 means it's my, one of my highest priorities. 1 means not important at all. All right. So that's a values question. I'm asking you a values question right there. Right? And then I'll ask another values question. In terms of your priorities in your life right now, where is it? Is it number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Is it number 4? Or where is it in terms of your life priorities? Becoming a millionaire coach in the next 2 years, in terms of your priorities, where is it? Is it number 1? Is there something more important than this? Is it number 2, number 3? Just give me a number. Himanshu says number 2. Farah said number 10. 10 means it's not important at all. This is not on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not asking you a 1 to 10 question. I'm asking you in terms of your priorities of your life. Is it your number 1 priority? Is it your number 2 priority? Is it your number 3 priority? All right? Because whatever you prioritize will determine how much time, effort you give to it. So I have another question. In terms of capabilities, now let's look at capabilities. In terms of your skill and your ability, 10 means I have the full capability. I know exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do in every area of the coaching business to make $1 million in my coaching business. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your capability level? 10 means I've already got it. I already have it. I'm already a millionaire already. Why are you telling me? 1 means you haven't even made a penny from your coaching business. In terms of your capability, where are you? Okay. 3, 5, 1. If you said 10, it means you already have it, by the way. Because if you've got the capabilities, you know exactly what to do. You have the values, it's number 1. But then I ask you another question here. You said that, you know, you have the capabilities. In terms of your behavior, are you doing the behaviors that you would need to do every day that a millionaire coach will be doing? Does your behavior reflect that of a millionaire coach right now? 10 means, yes, I'm doing everything a millionaire coach does already. 1 means I'm not doing nothing that a millionaire coach would be doing, right? I love your optimism, all of you. You're giving yourself some good numbers there. There's a whole session we do around capabilities, just capabilities, to really identify if a person has capabilities or not. In fact, I wonder if I have that with me right now. My worksheet on capabilities. This is an example of a worksheet that we actually use with clients to align existence. We have environments. So this is the environment that you currently have. This is the environment that you want. This is the behavior that you're currently doing. This is the behavior that you would need to be doing. This is the capabilities that you currently have. This is the capabilities that you need to develop. So this is an example of aligning existence that we do with a client. Let me show you the capabilities. I think we have the capabilities worksheet here. Some capabilities worksheet over here. I think it's another one. Yeah, I think so. Coach software. Okay, so here's some of the coaching worksheets we use for each one of these different levels of. So the first question then I have for you is, this is around capabilities. Remember talking about capabilities right now to identify if your client has the capabilities to do it. You can do a whole coaching session just on capabilities. So for example, if I just go over here, the first question I'm going to ask you, can I coach you? Can I coach you all? Do I have permission to coach you on capabilities? Just to show you how, I just want to show you how the levels of existence work. Okay, thank you. So first of all, let's say that your goal, your income goal for coaching in the next 2 years, you already wrote it down before. Is it essential for you? That's my first question. In other words, is this something that you must have or not? Just give me a yes if it's something that you must have. Okay. Because if it's not essential, I'm not even going to coach you on it. Find something else, right? Is this aligned with your values? This is a checklist. This is a checklist. Is this goal aligned with your values or not? Yes. Okay. So unless the client says yes, 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 I'm not going to coach them on it, right? Okay. It's essential. Is this aligned with your values? Is it a priority for you? Right, and you can do a scale of 1 to 10 as well on this. You can say on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a priority is this for you? 10, In terms of being aligned with your values, how aligned is with this with you? Oh, it's a 10. In terms of essential for your life, how essential is this for you in terms of, 1 to 10? 10, right? What's the current result you're getting right now? So in terms of being a millionaire coach, where are you right now? What did you make last year in coaching? Just type that in. So let's just say, well, I made just, what did you make last year in your coaching business? Okay, let's just say 0. In the next 2 years, what's the desired result? The desired result is I want to make 1 million in my coaching business. And we're just using this as an example, by the way, right? So 1 million in my coaching business. That's the desired result. What's the criteria of success? I have to be honest. It has to create impact. I have to transform people's lives. I have to be good at what I'm doing, etc. Right? Okay. Now, in order to make $1 million in your coaching business, what is the main task that needs to be done? In terms of building $1 million coaching business, what is your main task? Type it into the chat. Okay, some say clients, some say marketing, some say get certification. Okay, let me ask you a question. If you get certification, will you make $1 million in your coaching business? No, you won't. I know hundreds of people that are certified, they don't make anything, right? Okay, someone said getting clients. If you get clients, will you build $1 million coaching business? Not necessarily, right? But let's just say, because whatever you put as the task, when you change the task, everything changes. If you put marketing in here, it changes. If you put being able to do introductory coaching sessions that gets clients, it changes. If you put in here video marketing, it changes. If you put Facebook ads in here, it changes. Whatever you put as the task that needs to be looked at, the capabilities changes, right? I'll give you an example, right? So let's just put to do enrollment coaching sessions. Do you know what an enrollment coaching session is, by the way? Who knows what an enrollment coaching session is? An enrollment coaching session, for those who don't know, is when you get on a phone call with a potential client and you have an hour conversation with them, and at the end of that coaching session, they hire you as a client and they pay you money. That's called an enrollment coaching session. It's essential to do this to get clients, high-ticket clients. And if you don't know that, you don't have capability. Okay? That's the first thing. So in terms of you being able to do an enrollment coaching session with a client, and at the end of that coaching session, they'll hire you and pay you $5,000 or $10,000. What is your capability in that area? On a scale of 1 to 10. See, here's the thing. Well, let me ask you another question. What are the four essential things that you need to do every single week, if not every single day, to build $1 million coaching business? Do you know the answer to this question? What are the 4 steps that you need to do every day to build $1 million coaching business? What is $1 million coaching business? $1 million coaching business is $83,333 per month. That is $1 million coaching business. How many clients do you need to make $1 million coaching business? It depends. It depends on what you're charging. If you charge $50,000 for your coaching, you only need 20 clients. If you're charging $10,000 for your coaching, you need 100 clients. If you're charging $5,000 for your coaching, you need 20 clients. Is it 20? No, sorry, not 20 clients. 200 clients, right? If you don't know these things, you don't have capability to get clients, actually, because you don't know what you're doing. What are the 6 steps to get clients? The first step is you need leads. You need to have people coming, booking these coaching sessions with you every day. You need to have these coaching sessions. At the end of the session, they say, yes, I want to hire you. You're amazing. Here's my cash. Here's $5,000. When they give you the $5,000, do you know how to take it? Do you know what to say to get it? Have you ever done it before? Because if you don't have capability. You can say you've got capability, I'm on a 6, I'm a 7, but if it's not based in reality, you will not get the results. You're not good enough yet. You don't know the methods. You don't know the skills required. You don't know what you don't know. It's called unconscious incompetence. That's why you're not going to succeed, because you don't have the method and you don't know. So I'm giving you some tough love here, but don't mind me, okay? So how many of you know how to get consistent leads? Like, you know how to get 20, 30 leads every single week coming into your coaching business. How many of you know how to do that? Okay. There's 3 things here. There's know-how. There's experience means has done. And skill means is doing, right? So these are the three things. So you may know how to get leads. And how do you know? Well, because I watched the video on YouTube. He says this is how you get leads, right? So you know how to get leads. The next question is, have you ever done it before? Have you done it before? Do you have experience in getting leads? How many leads did you get last week? How many leads did you get the week before? Knowing how, knowledge and experience are 2 very different things. Just because you know the video, like I know how to do brain surgery. I watched a video on YouTube. I read a book on brain surgery, and it walked you through the 10 steps of brain surgery. Wow. Do not mistake knowledge for experience. They're 2 very different things. Just because someone has the knowledge, the book knowledge, the theory, doesn't mean they can do it. In theory, I know how to fly a plane. But have you ever done it before? No, I don't have an experience. Are you doing it? No. So capability is a very, very important area for coaching. Not many coaches know how to coach around capability. And that's why their coaching is not very powerful, right? So do you know how to do it? Well, yeah. Okay, so what knowledge do you have? Well, I read the book. What are the 4 steps to get clients? What are the 4 critical steps to get clients? And they all have to be there. Do you know what they are? Well, number 1, you have to get leads. Number 1, you have to unroll them, right? Number 3, you have to onboard them. So there's different things you need in order to get clients. You don't know what they are. Experience. Have you charged $5,000? Have you done introductory coaching sessions before? Oh yeah, I've done intro coaching sessions before. Have you charged $5,000? Have you received $5,000? No, I've never done it. Okay, so you don't have the experience. You're a 0 there. Are you presently getting $5,000 per client right now? No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. So what does that mean? It means you don't have the ability. Right? So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 means knowledge, knows how to do it. Well, I kind of know the steps. I'm maybe a 7 here. Right, 7. So let's give myself a 7. Experience, have you done this before? No, I've never done it before. Okay, let's give you a 0 there then. Have you done something similar to it? Yeah, well, I did do something similar to it. Okay, so you did sales in another company, but not for coaching. Yeah, okay, so let's give you a 3 then. Okay, are you presently doing it? No, I'm not doing it right now. I'm not getting results at all. Okay, so that's a 0 then. You didn't get 1 client yet? No, 0. Okay, so your score out of 30... Your score out of 30 is 10. Right? So are you presently getting the results? This is a very, very important question. Are you presently performing or getting results at an acceptable standard consistently? So if you want to be a millionaire coach, you need to be making $83,000 per month for the next 12 months. That's $1 million coaching business. Are you presently doing that right now? No. Okay, so what does that mean? It means you don't have the ability. You're unable. You don't have the capability. You're unable. And your score is 10 out of 30. Are you getting this? So there's two dimensions of ability. There's two dimensions of capability. Two dimensions. The first dimension is capability or ability, and you can have high ability or low ability. The second dimension of capability is willingness, and it can be low or high. Right? So, in the first dimension of ability, if you've read the book and you've watched the video, great, you're a 7. You have the knowledge. But you've never done it before. You had some experience in sales in another company, but not for coaching. Okay, it's a 3. Are you presently getting, are you making $83,000? Are you getting those results? No, you're unable. You're a 10 out of 30. Okay, now let's look at the next level, which is willingness. Willingness means, do you want to do it? Confidence. Are you confident that you can do this? So in terms of your confidence, how confident are you that you can actually do this? Give me a number. How confident are you that you can be a millionaire coach? A 6. Okay, let's just give you a 6. Okay, so you're not sure. Commitment. How committed are you to make this happen? How committed are you to make this happen? 10. How motivated? So motivation means you want to do it. So confidence means, yeah, I can do this. I can do this, or I can't do this. Like low confidence would be, no, I don't think I can even do this. That's a belief thing again, right? Commitment means I will do it or I won't do it. Like I'm not committed at all. I don't care. I'm not doing this. So people can either be committed or not committed. So where's your commitment level? Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm 10. Oh, no way. No way on earth you're going to make me make these YouTube videos. Never. Right? Or I'm not going to do these coaching sessions. Never. I'm not going to cold call people. Never. Right? No way. So you can be committed or not committed. And then the last one is motivation. Do you want to do this? How much do you want to do this? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want it? 10? Okay, so 10. So that means out of 30, you're a 26 score. So that means you have the willingness. You're willing. You're willing to do it, right? So what does that mean? Let's take 26 and let's take 10. Okay, so if you look at 26 and 10, so this is worth 30, this is worth 30. In terms of willingness, you are 26. And in terms of ability, you are 10, which is there. So this puts you here in terms of, so in other words, you have low ability, but high willingness. What does it mean? What does that mean? It means you are a newbie. It means you are a newbie. It means it's like that day when you joined the job and it was your first day in the office and you were like, oh my God, I've got my new job today, and you're all excited. And when you go into the office, like, oh, I'm so excited, right? And because you're the newbie, you have no idea what to expect. You have no idea what to do, but you're very excited. It's called the newbie. What normally happens to newbies within a very short period of time? What happens to all the excitement they started out with? I'm going to be a millionaire coach. I'm going to be a millionaire coach this year. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm so happy. They end up, like their momentum just goes. Why? Because they don't have no idea what they're doing. They're excited, but there's no substance there. Right? So there's four characters. There's the newbie, there's a superstar, There's a shipwreck survivor. Shipwreck survivor is like, by the way, the superstar and the shipwreck survivor, they're both getting great results consistently. They have knowledge, experience, and skill. They're presently performing at acceptable standards of consistently. They're getting results. They're doing it. The only difference is one of them wants to do it and the other one doesn't want to do it. Like the shipwreck survivor is still getting results. His ability is high, but they're burnt out. I've been coaching now for 10 years. I've made $1 million, but it's not everything I thought it would be. I'm overworked. I look at my phone and it's like I've got another 12 sessions today. I'm sick and tired of looking at my phone. It's called the shipwreck survivor. They're getting results, but they're not happy. They're not motivated. The superstar, they're 30 on 30, right? They're, in terms of getting results, they're getting results. In terms of motivation, they're also a 30, right? And then the last one you've got down here. This one is called the Prince of the Pity Party. Prince of the Pity Party, right? They don't want to do it, and they're not doing it, right? It's like, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go and make these YouTube videos. Forget it. Like, that's not for me. No. Like, I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it. Right? They don't want to do it, and they're not doing it. They're not getting results in this area, and they don't want to do it either. That's called the Prince of the Pity, or the Princess of the Pity Party, right? And this is these people. They're not just like a member of the pity party. They're like the founder of the pity party, right? They're like the ones going, they're the ones that always complain. Why me? Why do I have to do this? I don't want to do this anyway. I just wanted to be a coach. I didn't join coaching to sell stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right? So these are the four personalities. So let me ask you a question. Which one are you? Are you the superstar? Superstar means you're getting the results already. You're doing $83,000 per month consistently. You're on your way to $1 million this year. That's you, superstar. Are you the shipwreck survivor? You're doing it, but you don't want to do it anymore. Are you the Prince of the Pity Party? Money. Why is Brajj always talking about money? I want to be a coach. I don't want to impact lives. Money's not important to me. Oh, you're a Prince of the Pity Party, yeah? I don't do coaching for money. What is all this talk about money? It's just greedy. Right? Newbie would be, oh yeah, I want to make $1 million. I can do this. I know I can do this. And it's just all motivation and hype. You have no capability. And you know what's going to happen to you, my friends? You'll join coaching. You'll get into coaching. For the first 3 years, you'll suck. You'll fail. You'll be miserable, and you won't succeed. And most people will give up, because that's the newbie. Newbie will eventually become Prince of the Pity Party. I did the coach training. I joined this course. I joined that one. I tried everything they told me to do. None of it worked for me. Prince of the Pity Party. I'm going to go back to a job. I hope I'm not offending anyone here. Please don't mind, okay? Yeah. So, I want you to be aware of one thing. This is so important when you're coaching clients on capabilities. When you're coaching clients on capabilities, one very, very, very important thing is this. Whatever you put in this circle, the whole thing changes. If you put in here leads, do you know how to get leads? No, don't know how to get leads. I can't get leads. Have you ever got leads before? No. Are you currently getting leads at acceptable standards? No. You're a 0. In terms of confidence and confident that you can get leads, well, I'm confident I probably could do it if I learned how to do it. Are you committed to do this? Well, I wish someone else would do it. 0. Are you motivated to get leads? No, well, someone else does it. 0. Whatever you put in the circle, the whole dynamics now changes. Now you're the Prince of the Pity Party. You are every one of these characters depending on the task that's put into the center. Now let's forget leads. Let's put in coaching. And these are all different dimensions of the coaching business. Getting leads is a dimension of coaching business. Doing enrollment coaching sessions is a dimension of the coaching business. Asking for money is a dimension of the coaching business. Whatever task you put in here, everything changes. Do you know how to ask for money? Yeah, I know how to ask money. You just go like, give me $5,000. No, do you know how to ask for money that gets you the money? Well, I know how to ask. I read a book on it, right? Okay. Do you have experience? Have you ever asked anyone for money for your coaching ever before? Have you ever asked for $5,000 for a client? Have you ever asked for $50,000 for a client? Have you asked for $10,000? Have you asked for $1,000? Have you ever asked anyone? Because it's amazing. I meet all these coaches all the time that do free coaching. And I ask them, have you ever asked anyone for money for your coaching before? They said, no, I don't like asking. So you kind of know how to ask. Yeah, I've asked people for things before, so I kind of know how to do it. Have you ever asked for money for coaching, though? No. You're a zero. Do you know the right way to ask for money so people give it to you? In other words, are you asking and people are giving it to you? Well, I do ask, but no one gives it to me. Okay, so you're a zero then. So are you presently performing? Are you presently asking for money and getting the result that you want by asking for it? No, it means you don't have the capability. Okay, let's look at the next one. Are you confident if you ask for $5,000 you're going to get it? You know what? I don't think they will, because even if I ask for 100, they don't even give it. So I'm probably a 2. Okay, great. Are you committed to ask for $5,000 per client? So in other words, every session you do from now on, are you ready to ask for $5,000? Well, I'm not ready yet. So where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 then? Well, I'm 3. Okay. How motivated are you to ask people for $5,000 for your coaching session? I'm kind of afraid. I'm not really that motivated. Maybe I'm a 5. Okay, 5, 3, 2. What does that make you now? So now you've got up here, you've got, let's just say 7. So now you've got 7, and you've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what does that mean? It means you're Prince of the Pity Party when it comes to ask for money. You complain about it all the time. I love coaching, but why do I ask for money? Is there not an easier way? Can't people just give it to me without me asking for it? So the point I'm trying to make is whatever you put in the center of the circle as a task changes. In your coaching business, I'll tell all of you right now, in your coaching business, you are a superstar, you're a newbie, you're a Prince of the Pity Party, and you're a shipwreck survivor simultaneously. Now let's change what's in the center. Now let's put coaching in the center. Now let's put coaching, meaning coaching a client, coaching someone. Let's get the numbers now. Do you know how to coach people? Do you know how to, have you read the book? Have you done the training? You've learned the GROW model, watched the video, etc. Knowledge means know-how, doesn't mean you have done, doesn't mean you've got experience. You've read the books, you've watched the course, you attended this training today. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'm a 7, okay? All right. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever coached anyone before? Have you coached people before? Yeah, 9? Okay, so you're 9. In terms of, are you currently coaching people on kind of a regular basis? Could be friends, could be for free. I'm not talking about charging or free. It could be peer coaching. Are you doing this consistently on a regular basis? Yeah, right? So like I'm 9. Are you presently performing at acceptable standards consistently in coaching? Yeah. Okay. What does that mean? It means you're able. What's your score out of 30? Your score is 9, 18, 25. Wow. Now let's look at confidence. Do you have the confidence that you can coach people and create results for them? Yeah, I'm an 8. Are you committed to be coaching and coaching people? Yeah, I'm a 10. Are you motivated to coach people? Yeah, that's why I'm here today, because I want to learn all about it, right? Okay, I'm a 10. So 28 plus 25. You know what that makes you? In terms of coaching, you're a superstar, right? Or maybe you're a high-level newbie. Or you're a low-level coach, you're a low-level superstar, right? Or in fact, if you look at 26 and you look at 25, 25 is here and 26 is here, you're here in terms of your capability, in terms of coaching. So you're a complete shipwreck mess newbie or a prince of the pity party when it comes to getting clients, but you're a superstar when it comes to the coaching piece. So remember, I told you, whatever you put in the center as the capability, it changes everything. And then, so that now the next question is then, who's your role model? Who's already doing this the way that you want to do it? How can you get this method? How can you learn from them? So this is a coaching worksheet, right? What kind of skill practice do you need? So this is a coaching worksheet. What kind of skill practice do you need? When are you going to do that? What kind of accountability do you need? What style of coaching? By the way, there are different styles of coaching. Depending on whether the client is a newbie, shipwreck survivor, prince of the pity party, or a superstar, you're going to use a different level of accountability and you're going to use a different style of coaching. For example, if someone's a newbie, what do they need? They don't need to be left alone because they'll think you've abandoned them. They need a little bit more accountability. They need a little bit more guidance with helping them to discover what the step-by-step is. For people who are superstars, they don't need step-by-step. They don't need accountability. They're already doing it already without being told what to do. They already own it. The difference between a superstar and a shipwreck survivor is ownership. They own it. They don't need to be told what to do. They don't need accountability. In fact, they don't need much coaching on it at all. They just need a little bit of observation, because sometimes they slip into shipwreck survivor mode, and then you need to step in with the coaching, give them a little bit more support. So, I mean, I'm kind of giving you a high-level overview here, but I just want you to see that's coaching around capabilities. So when we're coaching the clients, we're coaching them around alignment. We're coaching them around capabilities. We're coaching them around values. We can do 2 or 3 sessions with a client just around their values. Very, very powerful coaching. Helping them to identify their values, clarifying what does your value mean, how does this align with the goal, which values are not aligned, which values are pulling in the other direction. Are there values that if you do this, is going to go against what one of your core values? Because that'll stop you every time. And this is why the client gets stuck, because there's no alignment here. There has to be alignment between your capabilities and your behavior, right? Because it's like, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, but you're doing it without capability. You're just not good enough yet, and you don't even know it. Very powerful coaching session, the capabilities coaching session. And then obviously there's coaching sessions around stories and beliefs, and then there's coaching sessions around identity as well. So I'm kind of giving you just share in the chat. What's been the most useful thing from this session today so far? Reality check. Yeah, reality check. I wanted to give you a reality check because that's the purpose of coaching around capabilities, because I've had many clients that I've worked with and they thought they had the capability. But then when I took them through a capabilities coaching session, they realized, oh my God, no wonder I'm not getting results. I don't know how to do it. I don't even know what I'm doing. Right? When people coach with the Grow model, they don't even go into capabilities. But if you don't go into capabilities as a coaching, how will your client get results? Because in order to get the results that they want, they need capabilities. Let me show you how the hierarchy works. How many of you, it's kind of a silly question maybe, this is the results, right? Environments is your results. And behavior is what you do. How many of you would like to make twice as much money as you're making right now. Like next week, starting from next week, right? Twice as much money as you're making right now, starting from next week. Okay, yes. A stupid question, right? Sorry. All you need to do is change the behavior. That's all. And you can do it. Shall I show you how to do it? Well, you're working a job right now. All you need to do is do night shifts, and you will double your money. So in other words, if you change your behavior, you can maybe double, or maybe you can get a little bit more, but not more than that. How many of you would like to 10 times what you're making right now? You'd like to make 10 times more money than what you're making right now. Me. Okay, great. It won't work. Behavior won't work. You can't get 10 night shifts. You can't multiply yourself 10 times. It's just, this is going to break. Then you'll be overwhelmed, burnt out, etc. The only way that you can 10x your results is if you 10x your capabilities. Now you can, in other words, if you learn a whole new skill set, you learn a whole new techniques, new methods. Let's say, for example, you're in sales. Yeah, you can increase your sales. You just do twice as many hours. You can double your sales. But you can only do that to a certain degree. But if you increase your capability, in other words, if you get better at what you're doing, you can 10x your sales just because you have the skills and the knowledge. Let's go down another level. And I'm just showing you how the deeper you go in the coaching model, the more impact you change the client. Capabilities. Capabilities, where do your capabilities come from? Your capabilities come from where you spend time in terms of your time, your education, and your energy. So if you want to build your capabilities, that is dependent on your values. Because whatever you value truly, you will put your time and energy there. So for example, if you value fun, you will spend time doing things that are fun. If your highest value is freedom, you will spend your time on doing things that give you freedom. If your highest value is, let's say, relationships, you will spend your time and energy in building those relationships. If truly your highest value is coaching, you will spend time on things like this training, because your values determine where you spend your time and your energy, how much efforts you put into something, and that determines your capabilities. Your beliefs and stories also determine your values, because where do your values come from? Well, they come from our upbringing, they come from our education, they come from our experiences, okay? And then your values, your stories, and your belief systems eventually will create an identity around you, right? And I also want you to look at this model, and I want you to observe that these arrows here, these are little arrows. So one arrow is pointing up and one arrow is pointing down, which basically means each level affects the level above it and the level below it. So your beliefs and stories will affect who you think you are. And who you think you are will affect your beliefs and stories. And your values will affect your beliefs and stories, and your beliefs and stories will affect your values, and vice versa. Your capabilities will determine this, and there's an interconnection between each one of these different levels. There's another thing I'd like to share with you around identities, because this is probably the most powerful place where you can coach a client. Your identity is who you believe you are at your core. Okay? Your identity, it determines who you believe you are at your core. So for example, I am. Now, whenever this is when you're doing coaching sessions with a client, whenever your client says, well, I am, and it may be casual, always listen very carefully to the next thing they say after they say I am. Because this is a core belief about who they think they are. And who you think you are will determine your beliefs. It will determine your values. It will determine your capabilities, your behavior, and everything around you. I'll give you an example. I am a Hindu. That word, I am a Hindu, will determine what you believe, the stories that you have, the values that you follow, the capabilities that you develop in your behavior. I am a Muslim will determine I am. It's the I am statement. It will determine your beliefs, your stories, your values, your capabilities, what you do, right? And you'll see that, like, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a Jew, I'm black, I'm white, I'm young, I'm old, I'm a master coach, I'm a new coach, I'm a struggling coach. These are all I am identity statements. Listen very carefully when someone gives you an I am statement, because it's a core belief about who they are, which determines how many mothers in here today, mothers or fathers, how many parents in here today, right? How many of you got kids? Okay, there was a time when you didn't have a kid, right? And there's a time you became, like, the moment you became a parent, your whole life changed. And it changed at such a deep level. It wasn't just the behavior that changed. It was the identity. Well, I'm a mother, right? And I'm a mother. What does that mean? It has its own beliefs and stories. Like, I'm a mother. Oh, I am the protector. I am the carer. I'm the lover. I'm the provider. It changed everything. It changed your value. Now your values completely change. It's like how you spend your time, what you do with your time, what you put your energy into, and everything changes just because of the identity shifted. Okay, I'm a Muslim, right? I believe this, I believe that, I believe this. Now I've converted my religion. Now I'm a Christian. Now the beliefs and stories have completely changed. The values have changed. Just by changing from a Christian to a Muslim, or a Muslim to a Hindu, or a Hindu to a Jew, or whatever it is. Identity is very, very powerful place, and we all have, each identity that we have has its own set of beliefs, has its own stories, has its own set of values, has its own set of capabilities. Every idea. So for example, I am a coach. I am a coach. It has its own set of beliefs. Its beliefs will tell you things like this: I make a difference in people's lives every day. I love people. I love helping people, right? That's the values. And then the capabilities are to be able to make an impact in people's lives every day. And that will affect your behavior, because I am a coach. And another person says, you know what? I'm tired of this coaching. I don't want to be a coach anymore. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, another beliefs, another story, other values, right? Now, so we can coach. So when we're coaching clients, we're coaching at all of these six levels of existence, right? Now I'm giving you like super high level philosophy and all kinds of, weird, crazy examples today. We haven't done much practice or anything like that at all. Any thoughts about this? So this is Life Mastery Method, kind of like very, very deep transformational coaching model. For each level, we have coaching worksheets. So for example, if I'm coaching, in fact, we've got a little bit of time left. So one of the first sessions that we do with the client is we do a coaching session called Identify Discontent, right? So what area of your life are you discontent with? Out of the 4 areas of life mastery, which area you're not happy with? So I'm not happy with money, time, money, freedom, let's just say. So we go into the coaching. So this is how I use the coaching worksheet. We start here. And we start with context and permission. And it looks like this. Hey there, client. Thanks for doing the coaching session. This session that I'm going to do with you right now is helping you to identify which area you'd like to be coached on. Is that okay with you? So I'm going to spend about 20-30 minutes just to identify one of the 4 areas that's most important to you. There's 4 areas of life mastery: health and well-being, love and relationship, vocation, career fulfillment. Just rate yourself on a 1 to 10 in these 4 areas. Stop. They'll do it. They'll rate themselves. Then you can ask them, out of these areas, which one do you want to be coached on? Which one would you like to be coached on over the next 3 months? And they're going to say, you know what? I want to do time and money freedom. Okay. What's your score right now? What's your satisfaction of your potential in that area right now? Or my satisfaction in terms of my potential, I'm a 6. Okay. Where would you like to be? I want it to be a 9. Okay, great. Then we go to the next part of the worksheet. So there's an arrow there, it points up. What area of your life is not working for you in that dimension? Well, I'm not making enough money, blah, 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 blah. What is it that you long for? Long is a desire that something you don't have that you want. What's your longing? You don't have it, you want it. That's called longing. What is it that you don't have that you want? Well, I would like to have freedom, blah, 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 blah. What is your area? What's your discontent in terms of time and money freedom? Well, you know what? I've got bills, I've got debts, etc., blah, blah, blah. They fill it in. Then you go to the next one. What's the cost? Cost of not changing. What's it costing you in terms in time? And they'll say, well, I'm losing out. What's it costing you in terms of money? Well, I'm missing out. What's it costing you in terms of energy? So just 3 questions you ask, and they'll tell you. Impact. What else? What else? What else? My favorite coaching question, right? How long has this been going on for? Well, this has been going on for the last 10 years now. I'm really discontent. Okay. If things don't change 1 year from now, how will that impact you? Well, my God, I'll be in more debt. I won't be able to do what I wanted to do. Okay. What if things don't change in 3 years? Oh, that's going to be even worse. Okay. Yeah. How is this affecting other areas of your life? Health, relationships, and well-being. Well, it's affecting my relationship with my spouse. She thinks I'm a loser. I never have enough money to go on holiday. I'm always working hard for no money. Oh, okay. Why don't you just keep things as they are? Oh, no, I can't do that. I really got to change. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this for you? Oh, this is 10. In terms of your priorities, where is this? Is it number 1, number 2, number 3? Oh, no, this is number 1. Okay. Is there something else more important than this that you want to be coached on? No, this is the most important thing. If they say yes, there is, then we go back to the beginning. We start again. Okay. We're just making sure we're coaching them on the right thing. Then we go so that's importance. So we've got impact, we've got importance, then we go to the next part of the coaching session. You're going to summarize the key points. So you said that, money and time freedom is the most important thing to you. You told you that your long is you'd like to be able to take your family on vacation. You like to be able to buy your own house. You're discontent because you're working really hard right now and you're not making enough. It's costing you this. It's doing this. You're giving a quick summary of the whole coaching session. Have I missed anything? No, you got it perfectly right. You've totally understood me. Okay. What's your key takeaway from the session so far? Well, my key takeaway is I really got to change my life. And that's the point of this session, by the way. They get the inspiration. I've got to change my life. It can't stay the same. Now we need to just checkpoint. We have a checkpoint now. How soon do you want to resolve this? If it's not right now, then it's not good, right? They should say, I want to do this as soon as possible. Can you solve this on your own? Or is this something that you would like me to coach you on over the next 3 to 6 months? No, I can't solve this on my own. I need help. I want you to coach me on it. I tried doing it on my own. I couldn't do it. If I can help you transform this area of your life, what would that mean to you? Well, if you can transform this area of my life to me, it would mean everything. Are you ready to create a vision for the transformation that you would love in this area of your life? 100%. Okay, now, at the end of this coaching session, this takes 20 minutes. This coaching session takes about 20-25 minutes, okay? You can go through the worksheet. Don't speculate. Don't invent anything. Just follow my worksheet. I've done thousands of coaching sessions. This is one of the best. Just follow the system. When you do your peer coaching session, use this tool. I'm going to give it to you today. And practice using this tool with these questions. Then, at the end of this, you're going to give them 5 minutes or 3 minutes to journal. It's really important. Probably something I should have done today, but I didn't do it. It's very important you give people time to integrate the coaching session. You've got to give them some time just to write down and journal, because you're asking the questions and you're writing it down. They're just answering the questions. You're giving them loads of space. Ask the question, keep your mouth closed, don't interrupt, give lots of space, let them ask the questions. Just go through these questions. At the end of the session, give them time to journal. It's not the end of the session. The next part of this, the next thing you're going to do, because this is a 2-part session that you're going to do in the first session, it's 2 parts. The second worksheet is Discover the Big Dream. So remember, so this is called Identify Discontent. The second session we're going to do is Discover the Big Dream. There's a worksheet for the client and there's a worksheet for the coach. This is the client worksheet here. So it doesn't have all the questions that you have. but it just has the essence of it, because you want to keep your coaching, a little bit of a mystery. So we give this coaching sheet to the client. So area that's not working for me is the area I'd love to transform is. So your coaching worksheet has all of the questions in detail. Their coaching worksheet is just, they don't understand your magic, is just on a worksheet for now. Later on, by the way, when you become good at this, you can remove the worksheet. You can start, you bring your own expertise into it. But in the beginning, just use the worksheets. The next part of the session is, now we're going to do the big dream session. This is called the blueprint phase. It's the big discovery. So the first half, it takes about 25 minutes. We do this piece. The second half of the first coaching session, you do discover big dream. So we start with context and permission. So it sounds like this. Okay, my dear client, we just identified your longing and discontent, and you said that you'd like to change your life in the area of time and money freedom, and it's really important to you. Now what we're going to do, my dear client, is we're going to help you to begin to create a big dream of what you truly want. Is that okay with you? So I gave the context of the session, I gave the permission. Now we're going to go into the area. So what area of transformation do you want? So they said time and money freedom. And what's the current satisfaction level? It was 6. Where would you want to be? I'd like to be at a 10 in the next 6 months, whatever that is. Okay, so that's the first piece. So now we're going to go here. Clarity. This is a very important question. In terms of this area of your life, time and money freedom, do you have a clearly defined written blueprint for the life you would love in this area? 9 out of 10 people, no, more. 99 out of 100 people will say, no, I don't. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you on your big dream? 1 means no clarity at all. 10 means I'm crystal clear. Well, I think I'm around about 5. I kind of have a vague idea what I want, but I haven't got a blueprint. Okay. So, and then you clarify. Okay, so this session then, my dear client, is about creating a crystal clear blueprint for your life that you would love, and specifically in the area, in this area. Is that okay with you? This is a side note for you as a coach. Sometimes this takes more than 1 session. It's an ongoing process. Don't expect your client's going to have a blueprint of their big dream in just 30 minutes. It's something that's going to develop and build over time, right? So now we go to the piece, okay? So in this area, if you like, this is very simple. Like, don't overcomplicate this. You're just going to repeat the same question over and over again. In the area of time and money freedom, what would you love? And in the beginning, you're going to think, I don't know. And then just be quiet. Just give the space. You got to give loads and loads of space. Let them think. They've never they've never been asked this question before. And then say, well, I would love to make this much money. Okay. And what else? What else would you love in this area of your life? Well, I'd like to spend blah, blah, blah. And what else? Give loads of space. What else would you love? I don't know. Okay. Well, would you love to be making money to go on vacations? Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay. And what else would you love? Sometimes you have to prompt them a little bit to kind of get it out of them. And once they get into it, it's like, oh yeah, I would love that. Here's a great question. If time, money, and resources were not an issue, what would you love? Oh, because remember, sometimes people make their big dream based on their current situation. So this question is very powerful, because what this question does, it gets them away from being limited by their current situation of what's possible. So we say, if you had unlimited resources, unlimited money, unlimited everything, what would you love in this area of your life? Oh, well, I would love to travel. I would love to have a beautiful house. I would love to live by the river in the mountains. I would love to, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's the next session. The next session, this is a beautiful part of the session, is you take them through a visualization exercise here, where you'll take them 3 years into the future. Imagine it's 3 years in the future and you've had the best 3 years of your life. You've achieved everything you wanted to achieve in this area of your life. Describe it. So now you get them into a visualization. I have a script for this. You can put them into a light trance, get them into a visualization experience and walk them through it. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Who have you become? Who have you become? That's an identity statement, right? Who have you become? Identity statement. identity question. That's vision. Very powerful when you do this with a client. Now they start to see the big dream, feel it. Remember we talked about matching frequencies? This is how you do it. Okay, gratitude. Ask your client to place their hand on the heart and recite out loud the following phrase. I'm so happy and grateful now that and they're going to describe their dream as if it's already achieved. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have financial freedom. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm coaching people all over the world. I'm so happy and grateful now that I look at my bank account and it's getting bigger and bigger, and I'm able to contribute more to the world and help more people. I'm so happy and grateful now that This is matching frequencies. You're getting the client into that. And this is also, remember we talked about that before? Matching frequency. That's this exercise, and it's also transcending time. You're putting the client into the feeling and the emotions that it's already taken place. That's called the gratitude exercise. From there, we do a summary. Now, I love the summary. The summary is very powerful. We ask the client to give a summary of their big dream session. You don't have to summarize. By the way, 90% of the talking is your client. 10% of the talking is you just asking these questions. If you follow this worksheet and you give your client so much space and you don't interrupt ever, you keep your mouth closed, don't even go, don't even do fillers. Ask the question, keep your mouth closed. Put your hand on your mouth so you don't do anything. Put yourself on pause. Give them space to answer these questions and go deep. At the end of the session, you get them to summarize the session. Get them to summarize, summarize the session that we've been through so far. What did you just do with me in the coaching session? They'll summarize the session. There's so much power and so much joy within this session. What's the very best thing that you've learned about your big dream today? And this is how you're concluding. Okay, so that's that. And then we do the last piece is we do the checkpoint. Does this big dream give you life on a scale of 1 to 10? If you've done this well, it should be a 10. If it's not, you need to check. If they say 6, say, okay, I'm curious, what do you mean by 6? Why 6? What would make it a 10? Does this dream align with your core values? And then you can go deep here, by the way, if you want. What values does this align with? Are there any values that are in conflict with this big dream? In other words, if you achieve this goal of $1 million, does it conflict any values that you have? Well, yeah, because I was always told people who make money are evil. Okay, well, that's a belief system. Okay, that's the story. We'll look at that in the next coaching session. Right? Are there any values missing that you don't have that you need in order to achieve this big dream? And you don't need to go too much into it, but you can. There's other coaching sessions we do on values. Does this dream help you grow? Oh, yeah. In what way? Oh, in what way? Don't just say yeah. In what way does this help you to grow? Do you need help from a higher power to achieve this big dream? Or can you do it on your own? No, I need help. Okay. High power means coach. It could also mean the divine. It could also mean the supreme. It could, whatever. In the universe, the source, whatever you want to call that for you. Does it need help from a higher power? Yeah. If they don't need help from a higher power, it means they can do it on their own. It means you don't need to coach them on it. Is there good in this for others? In other words, if you became a millionaire coach, is there going to be good in this for others? Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not sure. It's 10. Okay, how? How is this going to be good for others? Well, because I'm making $1 million, I'm impacting people's lives, and I can use my money for helping people. What else? I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. Okay, so this needs to be check. If any one of these is not aligned, it means you need to go and make sure you align it, because you can align it. Or it means maybe if like 3 of these are not checked, then you're probably working on the wrong thing, friends. Because remember, alignment is really important here within the system. Is that making sense so far? So that's the checkpoint. And then you give them journal time at the end. Again, you're going to give them another 5 minutes to journal, integrate everything that they've been through, and really write it down. And they can use this worksheet, the client worksheet. This is the client worksheet to do the journaling. This is my journal. This is where they can do free writing. This is where they can note down this is the client's worksheet, right? In fact, that's the same worksheet. And I've also given them this worksheet as well that they can journal. And there's also one for you as well. So this is your session notes. You can also write your notes here from the session. You can also write down the next actions that you need to take as a coach or that your client needs to take. So you've got a worksheet. They've also got a worksheet. This is your client's journal and notes, and this is their actions that they're going to do next week, not you. The action for the coaching session for the week 1 is to really spend some time every day just really thinking about their big dream. And just kind of clarifying and just, spending time with their big dream every day, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes. The next, have a little bit more clarity about the big dream. You can even give them an exercise where they have to write down their big dream in detail, vivid detail. And that's what they need to do before the next session. And that's going to give them a lot of clarity around the big dreams and everything. So I kind of very, very quickly walked you through these first two phases of the life mastery method, which is identify discontent and discover the big dream. Okay, so we've been through a lot today. Your homework is to do peer coaching with each other. Use these 2 worksheets. These 2 worksheets will be in our members area. So you can go to the members area. You'll find these 2 worksheets in the members area. I'm going to give you the link to the members area right now. Okay, so the members area is, in fact, let me give you the worksheets first. I'll give you the worksheets first. Here is the worksheets. So use these worksheets. So if you click on that link, you can go and download the worksheets there. And I will also give you the worksheets for, I think there may be a mistake in this worksheet. I'm not sure. I'll correct it for you a little later on, and you can download them again later on. Just save those links or click on those links and save the links. So if ever you need to go there, sometimes I update the worksheets. If you keep the link and you save the link, so click on that link, go and open the window, bookmark it, because sometimes I update the worksheets if there's a mistake or something like that. So you can always go back another time with the same link and get the updated version. You don't need a new link. I'll update the current version. Okay, because I think there's one mistake in the client worksheet. I think it's duplicated. So I'll be changing that this week. But you can still download it, save the link so you can go there anytime and get those worksheets. The next thing I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you the link to our members area. This is our members area. In the members area, we've got your assignments that need to be done. There's some training in there. There's some video. We put videos in there, trainings in there. We have a community. You can connect with each other. You can ask for peer coaching practice sessions with each other. You can ask me questions. I'm in there every day. If you ever have questions for me, you can ask me questions. We have like almost 400 coaches in there right now. Feel free to go in there, and we also do events like this regularly. Every next Saturday we've got another one of these trainings. It'll be different from today. Every time we do these trainings, it's slightly different. You're welcome to attend next Saturday as well. Every time we do these trainings, it's always a little bit different. Also, there's a great opportunity I have for some of you, which is we have something called the Elite Coach Membership. It's actually our partnership program. Our partnership program, Elite Coach Membership, is where you can actually join Academy for Coaches, and you can actually become one of our members, and we'll show you how to we'll show you how to grow $1 million coaching business. We'll show you how to, become a masterful coach, etc. So if you'd like to know about our coaching Elite Coach Membership, and if you want to learn how you can join our coaching program, and if you want to know what's included in our coaching program, how it works, how much we charge, and all that kind of stuff, I'm doing another session right now, and I'll give you the link. You don't have to join. There's totally no obligation at all. This is only for people that would like to know more about Academy for Coaches, becoming a partner with Academy for Coaches, learning how to grow your coaching business, learning how to get clients. If you want to know those things, you can join our next session. I'm going to give you the link for the meeting. it's in another meeting. And we do this every day. We do these meetings every day as well, at least for the next couple of weeks. So this is the link for the next session. If you are, if you're not tired and like completely drained, bored out of your mind, feel free to join us. It's a 45-minute presentation I kind of walk through, and you can ask questions about our coaching program and stuff like that. So what I would do is I think you need to click on that link. But then that's the problem. How are you going to get the link? Because we're already in this session. That's a problem. Okay.
Brajj, they can copy the link and then join it from there. Is there a possibility?
Now you will see that the links are there for the partner program as well. So if you don't get the link here and you're not able to join, just go into our members area, click on the partner program. In the partner program, there's a link there. You can join the next session, and I'll be there like in a couple of minutes. Okay. Before we kind of drift off into the other session, what was the most useful thing from today's session? Be happy to hear some of you. Thanks for the training, Mama Africa. You're welcome. Richie said it's a great opportunity. Shivani said thank you. It was a great session. Richie said do join in. I wasn't sure today. I was thinking, am I making something really simple, complicated? Vicky said, thank you for the session, was insightful. Emmanuel, another great session, Brajj. Thank you, Emmanuel. Vanita says, thank you, it was a great session. Sri Lakshmi said, thank you. Vishwarup said, transform the coaching is different than grow. It is very, very different. Yes. It includes elements of grow. It does include elements of grow, but it's so much deeper. Govinda said, thank you. You're welcome. And Aram said, thank you for the great insightful session. Okay. Just thinking how to give you the link.
Is there a possibility to copy the link and then join it from there?
Knowing that coaching is beyond improvement goals was insightful. Yeah, it is. It is. So I will see you all in the members. If you don't join us this evening for the partnership program, no issues. You can always join another day. We do them regularly. And if not, even if you don't join our partnership program or elite coach membership, it was great meeting you all, and really wish you the best in your coaching. And stay with us. Stay with us. Join our free sessions every Sunday or Saturday. In fact, next week we're doing it on Saturday, not Sunday. So next week it'll be on Saturday. Just so you know. Same time as it was today, a 3-hour session. Next Saturday be a slightly different topic. I always like to go into different topics, but it'll be related to coaching, obviously. And thank you. Yeah. We want to give you as much as we can in the time that we have. And it's trying to kind of squeeze it all into like a little time slot. Yes, Ritu.
Yeah, somebody is asking that they want to join the session. Aram Rajkumar.
It's going to happen now, right now.
So if you have joined the members area, you will find the link in the members area also in live event section. So you can hop in from there also.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. In fact, let me just think what I could do. Yeah, so go into the members area. So click on, let me give the link to the members area again, one more time. Here's the link to the members area. And if you go into the members area and you look up events, so here's the link to the members area. Go into the members area look up events, and in events you'll see partnership program. Just click on that and we'll be in the session. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much for spending this day with me and tolerating all my crazy thoughts. And I'll see you in the next session. We're starting in 2 minutes, or I will see you next Saturday, or I will see you sometime before. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Have a great day. See you soon. Himanshi will join next Saturday. Great. Irene, thank you. Welcome. Ashok, thank you. Take care. Okay. I'll see you in the next session. Bye.